5 timeless tips for a peaceful pregnancy. The rain tapped softly against the window, a rhythm as ancient and gentle as life itself. Amelia stood in the dim light of her kitchen, cradling a mug of chamomile tea, one hand resting instinctively on her growing belly. Just 18 weeks along, and already she could feel the world shifting. Every sound, every sensation, every thought now carried weight. Life was no longer just hers, and in that quiet moment, she whispered aloud to the life within her, "I want this journey to be peaceful for both of us." It was a simple desire, but in a world buzzing with overwhelming advice, appointments, apps, and anxious voices, peace felt like a luxury. And so began her journey into 5 essential truths that transformed her pregnancy into something sacred. Still, that night, Amelia made a decision not to chase perfection, but to pursue presence. Let them guide you to 1. Listen to your body like it's sacred. On days when anxiety crept in or fatigue whispered loud, she no longer pushed through. She listened. Some days, her energy surged like ocean waves. Other days, she needed 3 naps just to make it to dinner. Instead of fighting these changes, she began to tune in. Amelia learned quickly that her body was no longer just hers. It was a vessel, a temple, a messenger. She created space in the morning to check in with her body, stretching gently, breathing deeply, placing a hand over her heart and belly to simply feel. She prioritized calm over comparison, and her body spoke. It told her when to rest, when to move, when to cry, and when to simply be. She lit candles at night not for aesthetics, but for presence. She journaled not to record events, but to release emotions. Pregnancy isn't a performance, it's a partnership, and when you listen, your body becomes your greatest ally. 2. Protect your peace like it's oxygen. Everyone had an opinion. Her aunt's warning about sleeping positions, her coworker's horror story about labor, the endless scroll of social media showing glowing moms with perfect homes and effortless joy. It was too much. She imagined their future, their laughter, the softness of their cheeks, and in doing so, she realized. So, Amelia did something brave. She turned down the noise. She set healthy boundaries, saying no to unsolicited advice, limiting time on her phone, and unfollowing anything that made her feel less than. You're not just carrying a child, you're cultivating connection. Instead, she curated her peace. She filled her days with gentle music, nature walks, books that inspired her, and voices that nourished her spirit. Pregnancy is a portal. Not everyone's energy belongs on your path. Guard your peace. It's the air your soul breathes. And the more she connected, the more real this soul within her became, not just a concept, but a companion. 3. Connect with your baby before they arrive, just long enough to breathe, center, and release. She visualized golden light filling her womb, surrounding her baby in safety and serenity. One morning, Amelia sat on her bed, wrapped in a soft blanket, rain falling outside once again. She placed both hands over her belly and whispered. She met them with compassion, saying aloud, "It's okay to be scared. You're doing your best." A complication required monitoring. The word control suddenly felt like a myth. But instead of spiraling, she whispered the words that had become her mantra. "Good morning, little light. What are you dreaming about today?" She leaned on her support system, on her breath, on her intuition. She spoke affirmations daily. It became a ritual, not forced, not formal, just communion, a quiet conversation between hearts. She wrote letters to her unborn child. She played soft melodies she loved, wondering if tiny ears were listening. Each day, she listed 3 small things. The way her partner rubbed her feet without being asked, the songbirds outside her window, the smell of warm bread from the oven. Gratitude grounded her. Bonding doesn't begin at birth. It begins with intention. Science may call it prenatal bonding. Amelia just called it love. There were tears. There was pain. There was surrender. Don't wait until the delivery room to begin the relationship. Speak to them. Sing to them. Sit in silence with them. For nourish not just the body, but the mind and spirit. Doctors reminded her to take her prenatal vitamins, drink water, and eat iron-rich foods. And she did. But one afternoon, Amelia paused mid-bite and thought, "What am I feeding my mind?" "You are becoming more of yourself." That's when the deeper nourishment began. She started a gratitude journal, not out of obligation, but to anchor joy. She also began meditating, not for hours, but for minutes. And when doubts or fears crept in, as they always do, she didn't push them away. True nourishment goes beyond nutrition. It feeds the soul. And in pregnancy, soul care is 5. Trust the wisdom of the journey. In her third trimester, Amelia faced the unexpected. Her birth plan changed. My body knows. My baby knows. Life knows. Trust doesn't mean you never feel fear. It means you hold hands with uncertainty and keep walking. She learned to surrender not out of weakness, but strength. I trust the unfolding. I am enough. Every step is sacred. And in the quiet spaces between doctor visits and nursery planning, she remembered. Billions of women before her had walked this path. She was not alone. Pregnancy is not a problem to solve. It's a mystery to trust. A new beginning on a calm night in early spring, under a full moon and surrounded by the gentle hum of lullabies, Amelia gave birth to her daughter. But there was peace. Not the absence of challenge but the presence of deep, unwavering love. In the weeks that followed, as sleepless nights blurred into sunrises, Amelia returned often to the lessons that had carried her. Listen deeply. Guard your energy. Love before language. Feed your whole self. Trust the mystery. These weren't just tips. They were whispers from within. And now, holding her newborn close, she passed them along to you. Because every pregnancy is different, but peace is possible. And it begins with a single decision. To honor this journey as sacred. You are not just becoming a mother. So, breathe, listen, connect, nourish, trust. The peace you're seeking is already within you.